as you can see, my poor little workshop here needs a roof on it. And to do that, I'm going to have to make a ton of shingles. So I did a bit of resource gathering, getting some peat and getting some clay. So hopefully I will be able to make a decent sized dent in the amount that I need. But in the meantime, I'm going to be spending a ton of time making shingles and firing them up. So I will get back to you when I've made some progress because it's going to be a long slog. Really quick, I just wanted to show you how I make the shingles, and I feel like it's a pretty efficient way. So I have it locked into Alt here so I can move around my mouse without my head turning all over, and I have my selection tool to the 3x3. So I go in and I just get rid of all of this. I'm not too precious about it. See, like some of those little pieces got left. And then I go in and add back just the shingles. And so this way I don't have to change my tool. I can just go in and get all of them laid down really quickly. And I feel like it's a faster, more effective method of doing it instead of having to come back and clean up later, because I'm always way slower when I have to use the one voxel situation. I just think whenever I can, I like to use the 3x3. I just think it goes by a lot faster. So anyway, if you want to give that method a go, have at it. And if it's not for you, then, well, it's not for you. There we go. 9 stacks of shingles cooking up. And my poor finger from holding down Alt to keep my camera stabilized started to hurt. So I finally mapped holding down Alt onto my mouse, and it was genius. I can't believe I haven't done it before because it makes things so much easier. And so now those are going to be cooking up for a while. I don't know how long this peat will last with it. So let's see how far a stack of peat will go for shingles, and then I can adjust accordingly to know how much more peat I'm going to need in the future. So I'm going to let those cook up, and I'll be back in a little bit. A little bit for you guys. Probably not so little bit time for me though. I'm making progress. I've gotten most of the roofs on right now, and since I'm going on ahead and just putting in the chalk and not worrying about detailing at the moment, it looks like a giant awful white mess at the moment. But I think once I get all the detailing on and everything and all the roofs finished, it'll look quite nice. But that's a little way off yet because I still need to finish the roofs and get them all chiseled the way they're supposed to be, get them the right design and everything like that. And I'm wondering if I will probably redo that roof. Well, it's really hard, that roof right there, because this roof over here, I don't know if I can see it. Here, I'll go up there and I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a sec. So this section right here, this part is gabled, and the gable is on this side of this part because I like to have a little variation in my roofs, so it's kind of hard to play with the pitch of this roof very much. I mean, I guess I could try and go in and make it, because these roofs here, I guess not all of them, this one right here is just a straight slant, but like how this one is a gradual slant and then a quick slant, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that in these parts of the roof, but I do plan on implementing that in the tower thingy right here. So I think I'm going to have to be okay with how the roofs are right now. And see right here and here, I've started to detail the walls. This part is obviously unfinished right now, and so yeah, it all kind of looks like a giant white mess right now, but I promise it will look better before it is over. But yeah, this tower is absolutely massive. The interior of it is 9x9, so an 11x11 tower to accommodate the Hellhammers. And I'm sure there are better ways to do this, but that's how I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah, there is a storm coming, so I will weather the storm and see you guys in a bit. It's been quite a while since I've been on the server. It's middle of spring now instead of winter anymore, and I was getting on, and this little tower right here I wasn't liking. It's a little too small. It's not working for the windmills, and I was breaking down these things when I looked down and saw this. I don't know what that is. I didn't put it there. So I am going to go check it out, see what it is. So, dirt and a couple of chests. Unlabeled. And way full of peat. Holy crap. I wonder who gave me all of this. Is there something under here? No? Just a couple of chests full of peat. Lots and lots of peat, which is awesome because I go through it like crazy now. But yeah, that's so awesome. To whoever did this, I thank you. So, thank you. You're awesome. Sorry for the cacophony, but the purpose and goal and aim of this whole build has been accomplished. I have 4 health hammers simultaneously working on one anvil, and it's quite a sight to behold for 4 windmills just hanging out up there. I like it. I've got a lot of detail work to do on this build so far, but I like the structure of it. It looks very white, though. There's a lot that I need to do to it. So yeah, this is the windmill location. There is going to be a roof on this. I will put a roof, and it's going to be a cool decorative type roof, but not right now, because I would much rather do a little bit of detailing on this whole building, since right now it's a pretty atrocious build. There's a lot of white space, a lot of empty space, a lot that needs to be put in and detailed, but I figure it's like when you do a drawing and you rough in all of the large shapes and stuff. This is my rough draft, essentially. And I will, just like in a drawing, you start loose and then go tighter and tighter with your detail, just so that if you mess up on something, it's a whole lot easier to change large strokes than tiny brush strokes or pencil strokes or tiny amounts of infinitesimal chiseling and stuff. So it's a whole lot easier to rearrange a face, a surface of this, if it's a blank canvas, essentially. So that's why I went on ahead and just built this all flat to start out with, instead of going on and ahead and like I did with this build and chiseling and detailing everything right away. Why is there a ram out? Are you one of mine? You must be. You're a generation 6. I still have rams in here, so I guess I'm not overly concerned. There's a pig out too. A sow. Again, suppose I'm not overly concerned. She'll probably be culled anyway, so yeah, this didn't end up working. The gates do not play nicely with chiseled blocks, so there is a gap here, and the little piglets probably can get out of there. And here, I just kind of have to keep my distance so that they don't go running squealing towards the exits when I come over. But yeah, sorry, detour. With this build, I have a lot of things planned for detailing it and making it look better, so it's not always going to be this giant, awful, plain behemoth, especially this side. This side is really, really bad right now. But I have a lot of things planned for this. Cool decorative windows and balconies and types of things, and going in and doing a lot of chisel work. But for the most part, this is the base structure all planned out. And so it's good. Now I have a roof over my head and more than enough space. I mean, I say that now, but I hope someday I don't eventually grow out of it. But I have tons and tons of space in here. And on the second floor, I've got all of this space in here. And I've got this neat little access over here because it's got the bridge. And I will take this down so I will be able to walk freely between the two builds. And then this tiny little attic space here isn't really good for a whole lot. Oops, except for holding things I'm using at the moment. And there is a fireplace on pretty much all of the levels. The bottom one has 9. The others will all have 8, but I mean, that's probably a sufficient amount of fireplaces for what I will need to do. And I might as well take these down since I won't be climbing this part anymore, because when I detail it, I'll probably be using my oh so professional dirt blocks for my scaffolding, because I don't want to make actual scaffolds. I'd rather use the reeds for other things and do other things than make scaffolds. So yeah, here's this. Let's get this out of here so I'm not bothering the whole world. But yeah, I'm so excited to have this going on. I will need to figure out how I'm going to implement the crusher into this system as well, or the pulverizer, I believe it is, for getting the steel worked out. And I'm getting mixed reports on the large gears, because if I could use a large gear and then I could put a pulverizer over here, that would solve the problem. But like I said, I'm getting mixed reports as to whether or not the large gears are working or not. So we'll have to see what's going on that way. But yeah, this is what I've got done so far. It's been a long journey, and we'll see what more I have to do in a minute. So for those of you who have been paying attention to the little calendar, whatever, up in the corner, not that I think that you have, but this episode has spanned 4 Vintaran years. And in real life, that time has been Christmas and New Year's, all the holiday stuff happening, and so I have not had a whole lot of time that I have spent on the server lately. And this episode has just taken a ridiculously long amount of time to put together and produce, and I think part of why it took so long is I think for whatever reason I had it in my brain that I was going to get this entire build done in a single episode. And I have no idea why my brain decided to think that, but I mean, especially considering my house took, I mean, how many episodes? I don't actually know how long it took to make, but it took a really long time. Probably like a month of me playing to get this house built, let alone this house. I mean, it's like 3 times the size. And I thought that I was going to have it all built and detailed and everything in one episode, and that just put a whole lot of stress and pressure on me, and I don't know, I lost the desire to want to come back on and play because I knew that it was a fruitless task. And anyway, so that all anxiety, whatever, combined with the holidays and having 0 time, like the poor people here on Ara Fury, I will jump on for like 15 minutes and it's enough to make food for myself and clean out the rot that was in my inventory because I always forget to put my stuff back, and then I'd have to get off. And it's been like that for quite a while, but my playtime is hopefully going to be increased here, and so I will be able to spend a little bit more time getting some projects done. First off, right off the bat, here for a little bit, since it is actually spring, I do need to get a garden ready. So let's see if I have myself a scythe. There it is. Starting here. Or maybe my screen's dark? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through and grab my seeds and get my garden planted because I haven't had fresh food in like, well, 4 years. And I've been living off of this cured red meat that I had miraculously made right before the holiday started, and so thankfully I had that to live off of until now. So let's see, let's grab all the flax because flax is life, and everything basically but the pumpkins. I still need to go through my portal and plant those pumpkins where they can spread and sprawl and be obnoxious. Oh hey, look, sheep. You don't belong there. Generation 9? I don't know if any of my other ones are Generation 9. That's a little disappointing. I will have to put her back into the pen after I get this garden situation going. And a heavy temporal storm is approaching. So that's good. I mean, I need some gears, but definitely not going to make getting my garden and everything set up very convenient. So I am going to spend some time chopping down the weeds, you know, doing the general housework stuff that I haven't really had the time to do in weeks, and kind of get life situated back up, get the sheep fed and weather the storm, and I will be back. Well, that is all of my crops nice and planted. I think I'm going to have to spend some time at Sesku's community salt mine to get all of that preserved so that I don't keep ending up with food that goes bad, and then also only prepare meals like before I'm about to consume them, because I've had so much food just rot, and it's, I don't know, very demotivating to have your food just rot and spend the whole time playing just doing dishes and cleaning things back up. It's just not how I want to spend my playtime. So I will be mining up some of the halite that's going on over there and make sure that I have enough stuff to get my food all pickled and stuff, so that it's not going to be just going bad before I even get a chance to eat it. So I'm going to take these little dirt blocks over here and put them on the outside of my sheep pen here, so that my little errant ewe, oh, hi there, buddy. Almost forgot about drifters. So my little sheep will find her way back home, and hopefully I will be able to have some food to put in there. I do have a bunch of hay, actually. In fact, I just barely put some in here, so I'm going to go on ahead and grab that and put that in my troughs so that my sheep has a reason to go back in there. Can you put bales of hay in there? I'm going to bring one, or bring some just in case, but otherwise, let's bring over this here. And let's see if we can feed them a bale of hay. Scooch down. No, you cannot in fact put a bale of hay into the trough, so don't try that. That was me doing experiments in your behalf. So now you don't have to. So let's get a stack here of this other hay to put with these. So now that sheep has a reason to come home wherever it went, because I definitely don't want to be losing a Generation 9 ewe, because, well, I mean, I do have a Generation 8, which is nice, but with a Generation 9, the babies from that lady would be Generation 10, and I would finally have my Generation 10. And I'm actually not sure if the cleaver bug has been fixed. I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm guessing it has been fixed just because I mean, a couple updates have come out. Actually, a lot has come out since I took a break over the holidays. There are water wheels in the game now, which is really neat. They are so consistent power, and a lot of people on the server have already converted their windmill setup with the 4 health hammers. They've converted it over to water wheel powered, which, of course, as soon as I get my 4 windmill building going, then there's water wheels to have to deal with. But yeah, I've had a struggle getting this build going. I've got this bit here detailed, mostly just a tiny bit of it done. I haven't done a whole lot more detailing, and you can't really see it now, but I'm actually, as much as I've been complaining about this build and how big and white and ugly it looks, I don't hate this build. I actually really, really like this build, and I think that once it gets detailed, it's gonna be pretty awesome. So I don't know, I feel like I've been complaining about it a lot lately, but I really do love that build, and I think it's gonna be really awesome. I'm gonna preemptively kind of come over here because the storm is going to be happening in just a little bit. And it's a heavy storm. Actually, I'm going to need some dirt because I'm not going to be tall enough for a heavy storm because the corrupt drifters will still get me. So grab my dirt, come back over to a little dirt pillar here, and drop the bowl. And the storm's gonna start in about a minute. Oh, imminent right now. So I will go through this storm. I think actually that's going to be the end of this episode. It will be finally be published. It's been way too long, 4 Vintaran years, and probably, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I don't even remember when the last episode I put out was. It's been a couple of weeks. But yeah, so I will get this video uploaded, and I will see you guys in the next episode. If you liked what went on, go on ahead and like the video, and if you really loved it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tell your friends, share all my videos, share the love, and I will see you guys next time.